Hi, and welcome to a short video which is going to be great for you if you've been doing some gardening or anything else that's just taking a little bit of toll on your back and perhaps your shoulders as well. So we're going to start by coming down onto the mat, so just lowering yourself down nice and gently with the knees bent. And just allow the shoulders to relax down and just feel the ribs soften down, and then allow the pelvis just to relax down onto your mat. Your feet and knees are hip distance apart. And we're going to start by imagining we've just got a marble on our pelvis, and we're going to roll the marble from the pubic bone up to the rib cage, just nice and gently, and then roll it from the rib cage back down to the pubic bone. And as you're doing this, I want you to try and relax your legs, relax your glute muscles, your bottom. And just feel a gentle movement into your lower back. So as we tip the pelvis away, as we pop the marble down to the pubic bone, the back is arching off the mat. And as we roll the marble up to the rib cage, the back is imprinting on the mat. And hopefully you're just starting to notice your abdominal muscles and your back muscles starting to work. So just check you're relaxing through the neck and the shoulders and your throat and your jaw, and just enjoy this little rocking movement. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Obviously just taking it to a point where it feels good for you. And then let's just gently bring the pelvis back so it's lying flat. I want you to now imagine that you're going to roll your marble from hip bone to hip bone. The legs are still relaxed, the glute muscles, your buttocks are still relaxed. The whole upper body is relaxed. Just gently drawing the tummy button back towards your spine. And then let's just take it into a circle. So we're just rolling the marble all the way around the pelvis and just feeling like you're getting a little massage into the lower back and the top of the pelvis. Just again, thinking about those deep breaths, nothing rushed, checking the shoulders and the neck are relaxed. And then let's take it the other way. And then bringing it back into center, so your pelvis is lying flat. I'm going to walk the feet a little bit wider, taking the arms out to the side, just keeping the ribs softened down. Just take your knees over one way. Just roll your head in the opposite direction. You might want to look into your upturned palm. So you're getting a nice stretch into the front of the hip and down the thigh here. As you exhale, pulling the tummy to spine, draw the knees up and roll them over the other way. Your head may roll in the opposite direction, and then you look into that upturned palm, turning the other one down. And just take it at a pace that feels right for you. Just taking it as far as feels right for you. And making sure that your ribs glide from side to side, they don't pop. So we're keeping that back nicely softened down. Okay. And then we're going to bring the knees back up and just walk them together. Let's hug the knees into the chest, really trying to lift your bottom up off the mat. So you're stretching into that lower back, but just check the shoulders are relaxed, so we're not tensing them up to the shoulder, to the ears. We're going to nod the chin and then just bring the forehead towards the knees. And then gently lower back down again, placing the feet back down onto the mat one at a time. And keeping the feet and knees hip distance apart, we're just going to go into imprint, so rolling that marble up to the rib cage, and then just engaging the glutes and pressing into the feet. And we can start to slowly peel the vertebra off the mat, just lifting the hips up. We want to press the hips up so we're really stretching into the front of the thighs and feeling the hip flexors just open. We want to make sure the ribs are soft. Have an imaginary string pulling from your sit bones to the back of each knee. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We're going to hold. And without allowing the back to hollow, just allow the arms to float up and overhead and let the arms relax wherever feels comfortable for you. You might be down here, wherever feels right. Take a breath in here And then as you exhale, just start to soften the breastbone, soften the rib cage, and start to lengthen through your spine, lowering back down vertebra by vertebra. Just making sure that the rib cage comes down first, then your waist, your lower back, your tailbone, and your bottom. And then as you exhale, start to float the arms up and bring them down by your sides. We're going to roll onto our sides, and we're going to have the knees bent with the hips stacked and the knees stacked. So we've got the heels lined up with our bottom. You might want to support your head here. Just pop a little towel or cushion underneath. And we're going to keep the shoulder away from the ears and keep the hips stacked. And we're going to imagine we've got a string between the nose and the thumb, taking the arm to the ceiling. At this point, just check that the shoulders haven't lifted. So we're going to gently draw the shoulder blade down, pull the armpit gently down, keep the hips stacked and move from the rib cage. And just coming around as far as you feel comfortable going. As you exhale, gently draw it back again. So let's inhale, just checking at the top that we're moving from the rib cage at this point, keeping the hips upright, the knees on the floor, and exhale and come back. Let's do one more. Keep the arm nice and relaxed. Again, no tension through the neck and the shoulders. And then gently bring it back. We're going to push ourselves up. I'm going to give you just a little extension into the spine before we do the other side. So you can either roll up a towel or a cushion. I'll just show you here. So we're going to place it just across the shoulder blades and support the head in the hands with the knees bent. And we can just extend the upper back over the towel or the cushion. So just getting this lovely arch through the back and feeling the abdominals and the rib cage just lift. So the abdominals lengthen. Your bottom is staying on the floor. And as you exhale, you might just gently draw it up and inhale and take it over. So just feeling that opening up of the chest. Alternatively, if you have one of these balls, you might want to use that. And just nestle it between the shoulder blades, again supporting the head in the hands. And we'll just inhale as we extend over the ball. And then exhale as we gently draw it back. So the movement is into the top part of the spine, not the lower back. So we're feeling that articulation through the top part of the spine. The elbows are wide, the head is supported. It should be a really gorgeous stretch. So if you're feeling any discomfort at all, please stop. So inhaling as you take it over and exhale as you draw it back up. We'll gently bring ourselves up and we're going to just come on to the other side to do our sideline open door. So again, I'm going to use my towel. We've got the knees stacked, we've got the hips stacked. And then that imaginary string from the nose to the thumb. And inhaling as we take the arm up, checking the shoulder feels nice and snug in the socket, moving from the rib cage as we take it around. Exhale and draw it back again. No tension, remember, through the neck, the shoulder or your arm. Just feeling that lovely movement from the ribs. The hip bones are staying upright. Okay, you might just imagine that you're gently pushing them forward. Keeping the ribs just beautifully gliding around. Inhaling and exhale as you draw it back again. That's lovely. Let's roll over onto our fronts. I'm just going to place my forehead on the towel and take the hands and just interlink the fingers over my bottom. Keeping the tummy button lifted, the neck lengthened. I'm going to lengthen the fingertips down towards my heels, opening up the chest. And then as I inhale, I'm going to slide my breastbone forward and peel it off the mat. Keep the neck lengthened, make sure you're not looking at the wall in front. And then as we exhale, we feel the breastbone slide forward and lower back down. Again, inhale and lift. Feel those back muscles working and exhale and lower. Bringing the arms up, just bringing them into a cactus position here.
And we're just going to bend the left leg and draw it in towards the bottom, holding it in here. Press the hip bones down into the floor. So we want to make sure that that left hip bone hasn't lifted. If you find it difficult to reach your foot, just loop a band or a scarf or something around the foot so you can hold on to the ends and pull it in. As you exhale, see can you deepen that stretch, keeping the pelvis pushed into the floor. Just release, but keep the leg bent. And just let the knee fall out, the foot fall out to the side and across, and just start to let your hips roll. Now we're just going to take this wherever it feels good for us to be. You might just want to increase it, you might want to go all the way. Just taking that foot all the way behind. Now what you'll notice if you're doing this is that your right shoulder is staying on the floor and getting quite a stretch there. So just be a little bit playful with it, do what feels right for you, and then relax it back down. And then we're going to do the same with the right side. So we're going to bring that right heel in towards us. Just feeling the stretch through the hip flexors, the front of the pelvis, and into the quad muscles, the thigh muscles, keeping both hip bones firmly on the floor and your pubic bone. As you exhale, can you deepen it? Deepen that stretch. And then just release, bringing the arm up. Again, just letting that foot fall out and across. Let the hips roll, whatever feels right for you. And you might let it go all the way over, whatever feels good. Again, this time you're going to feel that stretch through the left shoulder. And then we'll bring it back and lower it down. Just pushing our way back and coming into a child's pose, relaxing the back and the shoulders down. Gently drawing the armpits down. Walking the hands a little bit further away if you can. And then let's tuck the tailbone under and bring ourselves up. And we're going to just come into a mermaid position. So just bringing the knees so they're bent in one direction. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just get yourself into any position that's comfortable where you're sitting down. We're going to take the arms out at shoulder height. We're tipping over, and we're going to bring this top arm all the way around. Make sure the shoulders aren't tense, so we're drawing them down. And then you're going to push the mat away, rounding the back. Imagine somebody's pulling the hip away. We're drawing the sit bone down towards the floor. And I want you to feel like you're drawing this top armpit down, so the shoulders are more or less level, and just work into that stretch wherever it feels good for you. So hopefully feeling it all the way down. Have a little play, you might pull the hip away a little bit more, whatever feels good. And then we'll walk the hands back, and we'll do the same on the other side, so flipping those legs around. Again, just make sure you're comfortable there. Arms out at shoulder height, we're tipping over. And then we're going to bring this top arm around and round, pressing the back away. It feels so good. Drawing the top armpit down and just pulling that hip bone down, the sit bone down to the floor. Just working into it wherever it feels good for you. And then let's walk those hands back again. And then from here, just coming into a cross-legged position. Again, if that's not comfortable, just take the legs into a diamond shape. You might want to sit on your towel to help you sit up a little bit taller, that's fine. The shoulders are relaxed. And so we've got one leg in front of the other, and we're hinging forward, and we're going to just walk. In fact, let me turn sideways. So we're just going to walk the hands forward, so not rounding the back. We're leading with the breastbone. And the leg that you've got in front, so my left leg, I'm feeling a lovely stretch into the glute and the lower back there. As you exhale, see, can you deepen it? And then walk the hands back, and then we'll have a little switch around. So the leg that's in front is going to get the stretch. So again, hinging forward, walking those hands forward just for a little bit of support. So we feel that breastbone pulling forward, the shoulders are relaxed down, so just check they're not tense, keep them relaxed. Again, as you exhale, deepening that stretch. And then walk those hands back. Fantastic. And there you have it. So a few little stretches for you to do after you've been in the garden, or if you've been doing anything else that's been a little bit strenuous. Enjoy. See you next time.